Hey, everybody, we are back. We are back to do this final expose, so to speak, the final one for today, in which I'm going to be speaking on the lawsuit situation that is going on right now in more detail. The previous videos tonight that you have seen have been basically content. Again, we've been covering this story for a year now, okay, at least. And I wanted to play those things. Hey, Dolly, I hope you're feeling better. Hey, Southern Conspiracists. Yes, number 3. This is it for tonight. I wanted, the reason I played those other videos is I wanted you guys to really have a full understanding of exactly what's been going on. I mean, there's not, I could sit up here and repeat myself, right? But there's nothing like just playing that original content, right? That's it. And so, and I just absolutely hate. There we go. Good. Now I can get rid of Dallas Morning News. Got a lot of damn nerve, don't they? Jeez. Okay, let's get started here. Let me get my banners out going. Get that. I know I need to get that one fixed. I just haven't had an opportunity to do so yet. But listen, this part of the show, or the expose of Mr. John Beckwith Jr. Of Golden Gate, the owner, the CEO of Golden Gate Funeral Home. Okay. Now we're at the part where the lawsuits have begun. But we knew this was going to happen. So let's talk about it. Okay. Now, I encourage you guys to go, if you're on my Instagram, for, Instagram.com/LeakYou, you will see I posted links to each of the stories. If you go to the channel that you're on right now, just go to the channel, click my channel link, you will see the last 2 stories were related to this, because I wanted to show that prior history, those prior videos, including photos of dead people in the back of U-Haul trucks, the filth of this building, of this funeral home of Golden Gate, how people's remains were treated. It seems like to me that, there's more focus put on how things look than how things are really, really getting taken care of behind the scenes. So again, viewer discretion is advised, okay? And this is about Dallas-based Golden Gate Funeral Home, owned by John Beckwith Jr., okay? Him and his father originally owned this. It went to him. Again, my question is, how would you feel if this was your dad being, locked up in the back of a U-Haul truck because you don't have enough room to store the body? It's absolutely pathetic and ridiculous, and it's sad. And you want us to back these Black-owned businesses, right? But you treat my mama like that, or somebody in my family like that. And here's what's so cold about it. These people, especially the ones you cremated, right? They asked for a refund, and you told them no. You were very, very blatant about, no, you're not going to be refunding them. And so now it looks like you may be paying out more. And I said this a long time ago. It may have been just better for you all the way around if you just would have paid those people their money back. It's not like you did right by them. It's not like you did the right thing. So let's talk about it. More than a dozen lawsuits have now been filed against Mr. Beckwith, against the Dallas Funeral Home, Golden Gate Funeral Home, one of the only Black funeral homes in Dallas, by the way, for mishandling corpses and ashes. These lawsuits now seek monetary relief of $1 million from Golden Gate Funeral Home. And just think, a refund, you maybe would have been refunding $500, $600, $700 at the most. We know it's not that expensive to cremate, but listen to this. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can get this right. I like the little listen feature. If I can get it to work here, hold on. The best funeral ever. And I'm about to show y'all, you guys, oh my gosh, okay. Some of these commercials that they was running, just crazy. All right, let's try again here.
More than a dozen lawsuits filed against Dallas Funeral Home for mishandling corpses, ashes. The lawsuits seek monetary relief of $1 million from Golden Gate Funeral Home. A Dallas funeral home known for its reality TV show on elaborate services is facing at least 17 lawsuits that accuse the business of being negligent in handling corpses and remains. Golden Gate Funeral Home is being sued by families who say the Central Oak Cliff business has caused them mental anguish after some say they were given the wrong person's ashes were thrown away, or bodies were left in a decomposed state during viewing, according to court documents. The funeral home is run by John Beckwith Jr., known for producing over-the-top funerals. In 2013, Golden Gate had a reality TV show on TLC called Best Funeral Ever that aired 8 episodes showcasing the services. 14 lawsuits were filed in Dallas County since January 13th, on top of 3 that were filed last year. Each of the 14 seeks monetary relief of $1 million from Golden Gate. More lawsuits are expected to be filed later this week, according to attorneys Jack Hales and Ryan Sellers. What is going on at Golden Gate Funeral Home is unacceptable, and it's time for Golden Gate Funeral Home and its owner, John Beckwith Jr., to answer for these actions, Sellers said in a prepared statement.
Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Did you know Amazon provides ways of working that fit your lifestyle? They know you value your time outside of work, juggling family, school, friends, or other activities. That's why they offer a variety of shifts that work for you. There are full-time, part-time, and even temporary opportunities that can work with your schedule, with great starting pay and sign-on bonuses. If you want a career that fits and adapts to your lifestyle, head to Amazon.com/apply. Amazon is a proud equal opportunity employer.
Jacknet Carlisle accused Golden Gate of negligence after her mother's June 2020 funeral. According to the lawsuit, Carlisle was shown another person's remains instead of her mother's when she went to a viewing before the wake. When the home found Carlisle's mother's body, the lawsuit said, it was partially decomposed with a bloated stomach, and her skin had dark splotches and discoloration. Her mother was also still in her hospital gown, the lawsuit said. Jody Jackson says in court documents that the funeral home gave her more than one person's ashes after her son had been cremated in 2019. According to the lawsuit, a regular cremation will fill up about half or 2/3 of an urn. Jackson had been given 2 full urns for her son's ashes, or the equivalent of at least 3 adults, the lawsuit said. In another lawsuit, Nekia Webster and Brandon Busby said that the funeral home had played the wrong song during the funeral service, and that they were given the wrong footage after the service. The lawsuit also said the ashes of Webster's and Busby's loved one had been thrown out after they spent months repeatedly asking for them. The funeral home did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Ohio needs nurses now. Xavier University is offsetting the demand.
No, we done with them sponsors because that is it. That is what we know right now. Absolutely just disgusting. Okay. Absolutely disgusting. And of course, Mr. Beckwith couldn't even find it within himself to even respond to this, to a request for comment. I've reached out to Mr. Beckwith and he has absolutely nothing to say to me. And I'm fine with that. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, But I'll tell you, it all started with that Spectrum investigative report That's when all this started. Now, let me show you guys a couple just ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. Okay. Now, before we even do that,
Golden Gate Funeral Home of TLC's best funeral ever sued. Families say remains mishandled. A Dallas-based funeral home is being sued by 17 families over allegations that it mishandled loved ones' remains, including cases where families said they received the wrong cremated remains and others received a decomposing body during funeral arrangements. Golden Gate Funeral Home, Texas, known for its starring role on TLC reality show Best Funeral Ever and its out-of-the-ordinary funeral services, has been the center of an investigation by the Texas Funeral Service Commission regarding whether the funeral home mishandled corpses. Since January 13 this year, 14 lawsuits have been filed against the funeral home, adding on to 3 filed in 2021. Handled by Hales and Sellers PLLC, attorneys Jack Hales and Ryan Sellers expect more fillings to come in. Attorney Tonika Brown, with McDonald, Devin, Madden, Kennefic, and Harris, who's representing the funeral home, declined to comment on the allegations. Golden Gate is a family-owned and operated business that has provided care and services to the Dallas community for generations, Brown said in an emailed statement. We will not comment on this pending litigation, except to state that we plan to respond to the allegations made against us and defend against these claims in a court of law. Just a quick word from our sponsor.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to...
No, we're not going to listen to that either. So basically, Golden Gate, well, a spokesman for the Texas Funeral Service Commission said that she could not provide any information due to state confidentiality laws. Episodes of Best Funeral Ever show Golden Gate producing extravagant and unique funerals, such as one in which remains are placed in a football and kicked over a goal post. You heard me, right? You did hear it. Okay, yeah. Quote, Golden Gate wants to market itself as the #1 funeral home in the country, but has shown a reckless disregard for industry standards necessary for providing a respectful farewell for these families. It takes time for surviving family members to forget the pain of loss after the death of a loved one. I don't think they ever forget it. But quote, for these families, the damage done by Golden Gate will forever taint their ability to move on and remember only fond memories. Last April, Golden Gate Funeral Home, Texas, which has locations in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Tallulah, Louisiana, had 6 active complaints against it. Spectrum News reported, again, I told you it was Spectrum News' investigative reporting that broke the story wide open. Spectrum News reported, including a whistleblower complaint from a former employer that showed rotting bodies stacked in an unrefrigerated rental U-Haul truck parked at Golden Gate that past summer during a period of high volume for all funeral homes during the pandemic. Jackie Carlisle attested that after her friend Jennifer Denise Hall died in June of 2020, and after visiting the funeral home nearly a week after Hall's death to view her remains, she was first brought the wrong remains. Then, as the funeral home's operators searched for Hall, Carlisle was given her friend's body partially decomposed. And this is in an actual lawsuit, okay? Hall's abdomen was severely bloated. Her skin had dark splashes and discoloration. She was still wearing her hospital gown. Multiple families alleged an excessive delay in receiving loved ones' remains, often for weeks or months, or that they're never notified when the ashes become available, which led to the remains being discarded. Others have alleged that they received 2 sets of ashes, causing doubt that the remains are even their family's loved one. For this scale of damage to have been done, Golden Gate has demonstrated a reckless disregard for the unique trust families in this community place upon them. And I cannot agree more on that. It's absolutely ludicrous that this is even going on. I'm so serious. And if anybody takes their family members to Golden Gate after this, come on. Why would you even do that to yourself? Don't even do it to yourself, okay? Don't take your loved one to Golden Gate. But see, that's that whole we're the only Black-owned funeral home, whatever. And they pull in business that way. And I'm not buying it. I don't give a damn. I guess that's the beauty of being half Black and half white, I guess. But y'all, of course, you know, I had to come out here to Twitter to see what was popping on Twitter. I see they got my videos and articles about this story already at the top, but check just check this out, y'all.
The new 300.
Look at this, okay? I've had 2 300s, okay? 2.
You've passed away, my son. This is your funeral.
Wow, the new 300. These cars are beautiful.
Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
I've never looked this good before. How can my family afford all of this?
They made the smart choice. They chose Golden Gate Funeral Home.
Where am I?
You passed away, my son. This is your funeral.
Ain't that some shit? Can you believe how many sales do you think they made from that commercial? Now watch this. Check this one out.
Trees will lavishly adorn the spring flower garden. The human cosmic children will attend in their birth costume. After meditating in harmony, they will quench their thirsts with organically sourced H2O. This is how I want my big day to be, even if I'm lying in my coffin.
10% of people that die every year are under 30. You're unique. Your funeral should be too. Plan today.
All the crystals with positive energies will lavishly adorn the spring flower garden. The human cosmic children will attend in their birth costume.
That's a commercial for Golden Gate. I don't understand it. I don't get it, okay? But listen to this. This is something that I think all of you need to pay attention to, because we also need to pay attention to what happens after this. And it's just interesting because it goes back to that time when there was all this COVID activity and Golden Gate's taking in all this business, right? Now, this was posted on January 25th of 2021, okay?
In Dallas and Tarrant County.
All right.
Medical examiners are having to use refrigerated trucks, and funeral homes are being inundated with requests. Operating a funeral home, death is part of the job, but the coronavirus pandemic has made a bigger impact.
We're having about 6 additional cases per week.
Last year, Golden Gate Funeral Home had 300 COVID-related funerals. John Beckwith owns the locations in Dallas and Tarrant counties. This weekend, both counties reached a grim milestone, 2,000 deaths each since the pandemic started.
We've had double services where a mother and father both has passed away.
Wait.
And I've 3 sisters within 3.
Can I just ask a question? When he was doing this interview, I'm just asking. When he was doing this interview, right, with Fox 4, were those bodies in that U-Haul truck behind his office or no? I'm just curious. I mean, they can always make the office look nice with the wood furniture and all that, but with the photos that I know I seen, okay, and many other investigative reporters received these photos, these secretly taken photos, and still shout out to Darius for what he did. He did the right thing, and I commend that young man. But I just want to know, were the bodies in the U-Haul truck when you was talking? Because you knew that, it's pretty busy out here right now. Where were the bodies? Did you have a stack up of bodies? And if you did, where were they stored at, sir?
3 months apart. So this disease, of course, is very contagious.
This past week was the deadliest in Dallas County with 138 deaths. 12 new deaths were reported in Dallas County Sunday. Tarrant County reported 36 new deaths Sunday. Even for someone who deals with death daily, Beckwith says the pandemic has impacted their business family as well.
When COVID has hit home, I buried a family member, very close family member, as well as an employee who passed away from COVID. So, it's very personal.
When it comes to hospitalizations, things appear to be hitting a plateau, but numbers are still very high. As health officials have said, deaths are a lagging indicator. So if hospitalizations slow down, it'll still be a couple of weeks to see deaths slowing down.
Interesting, huh? I wonder how that's going to come back to bite him. I know that the lawyers, you see, I know the lawyers got a copy of that because they're going to definitely use that because the same questions that I have, they're going to have, right? They're going to have them too. Actually, quite a lot. Hold on a sec, y'all. Thank God for sandboxes, let me tell you. But yeah, I'm glad my videos are up at the top. Good. But what is this here? Hold on a second.
I shall wear a crown.
Hey, Nurse Armstrong. Girl, right? I just cannot. It's just, please don't do me like that when I die, man. I'm just saying. I'm saying that shit out loud. Like, don't do me like that. Like, do not do me like that. It's just too much. And I will, I appreciate the celebration and everything, but there's Pops. There he is, got his nice car. Well, a representation of his business, right? The same one where he's getting sued now.
What
We already seen this one. This is what caused all my tweets last night. Feast your eyes on Golden Gate Funeral Home. Are they? I'm not. No, we're not doing that. Best funeral ever. And that clip, it just scratches the surface.
Lord, we want to thank you for the food we're about to receive, for the nourishment of our body, and then thank the Lord for giving us a good meal.
Today we're celebrating the life of a young man that left us too soon, Mr. Quentin Beasley.
I thank God that he's able to feed us.
Quentin loved breakfast. He ate it 3 times a day. So the family decided to celebrate his life with a breakfast funeral.
Quentin let us know you can have breakfast in the morning, you can have breakfast in the evening, you can have breakfast in the midnight hour, whenever you want some bacon and eggs, grits and toast, throw the sausage on the side. Come on! And say, Quentin, thank you. And letting us know that breakfast is important.
Oh, Quentin would have loved the breath for the celebration. To send Quentin home with joy. A smile on our face. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Y'all, he worthy to be praised. He's worthy. I said, he's a man and he's worthy. Oh, come on, Quentin. Come on, y'all. Look around. And just thank the Lord. He's not done yet. He lives within us. Sometimes I have to cry. Sometimes I have to burn hands and grit my teeth. And I say, Lord, everything I thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Person's head. Thank you. You got me shaking now. Oh, Lord, thank you.
Wow. Okay. Well, all righty then. Wow. It's just interesting, right? This is, oh, we already seen that. But, yeah, I think I'm done with it. You know, I've reported basically the most important part of what is going on now with look at the Google reviews. Wow. Look at these reviews. Wow. My mother died February 16th, 21. We paid for a cremation on February 18th of 21. A month later, my mother still has not been cremated. All they can offer are excuses. My cousin's body wasn't ready for the wait. They have terrible service and show no empathy or compassion. They keep giving us the runaround about why it hasn't been done. The person in charge of cremations told us they were cremating her on March 13th of 21. So we got our minds together to prepare for it, but we never got the call that it had been done, nor did we get an apology for it not being done. It's been an emotional roller coaster dealing with this company. I would name one name in particular who has been the most unprofessional. I would not recommend them to bury anyone you love. Wow. Now, I ain't going to read no 5 stars because I know that's fake. LaCola Carey, they're thieves. I was supposed to get some of my brother's ashes, was told to bring an urn, which I did. What I got was a tiny urn with just a portion of my brother's ashes for my mom. I paid $100 for a package that only cost $8. $54 to send to me everything I called. I got the runaround. Then I thought it was settled, and that $75 would be returned to me. I've not seen a check that's supposed to be mailed to me. So yeah, they're thieves. They don't deserve a star. Laquita Johnson, 9 months ago. My son was cremated last year. They gave me the runaround over and over regarding his cremation. It took almost 2 months for me to receive my son. My ex-husband had to go up there. He was very angry. They didn't want him to return back, so they called me. I was too hurt to even be upset. I just wanted my son. I started to open the box just to make sure, but my family told me not to, so I really don't even know if anything is even in the case. Sometimes I just sit and look at the case wondering, oh my God. Try 4K 10 months ago. I am very disappointed with this funeral home. We recently had my grandfather's service here, and they made our farewells harder than what they already were. From everything being done completely wrong and unprofessionally to zero communication, please stay away from this place if you want to be able to properly grieve your loved one. Ashley, this place has completely traumatized me. I can't even grieve the loss of my father because of them. Never have I ever experienced the amount of disrespect and lack of empathy this company has displayed. Every single thing that could have gone wrong went wrong. There was no director on the day of my father's service. The pastor had to use his phone to play music. They messed up the programs even after numerous emails, texts, and phone calls. They had the wrong date that my father passed on listed on the programs and the DVD. I never received plants that were sent to our family, nor were they ever put out at the service. I reached out to the manager by email multiple times, and he finally called back and stated that he would speak with someone higher up and contact me back regarding a refund and receiving the correct obituary. But it has been 3 weeks and still nothing. I never even received my father's death certificates that I paid for through them, and now I have to go through the court system. And then you see these fake 5 stars. Chris, this place was so unorganized. I recommend you take your loved ones to one that actually is organized. Oh my God. I'm really not happy. They are really nice, but it's been 30 weeks and the body of my godson has not been cremated. Here's a new one from 2 days ago. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Traumatized after going to this place. They took months to cremate my poor father. There is no excuse in the book that would make me forgive these people. Who knows if I even have my poor dad's ashes or just dirt. They deserve negative stars. This happened in 2020, and I relive this experience daily and will until I die. Shame, shame, shame on you people. Wow. And that's just the one in Fort Worth. Wow. Let's go see what they have for their prices, shall we? They should not be in business. No, they should not. They should absolutely not be in business. This is beyond ridiculous. There's no excuse for any of this. None. Zero. All arrangements paid by insurance assignments will be an additional 5% charge. These prices are effective as of December 25th, 21, but thereafter are subject to change without notice. Itemized selections, $14.95. This is the fee for the service of the funeral directors, you know, like the ones that were supposed to be there, but they weren't. Recording vital statistics, that kind of thing, Feel free to read through it if you want. Embalming is $13.95. Other preparation of the body, reconstructive restoration, $75 an hour. Special care of autopsy remains, $200. But yet you're giving people half decomposed body parts. Are these people serious? It looks like you've spent more energy and time on this price page for your website than you have for your whole facility. You had dead bodies in the back of a U-Haul truck, sir. Can you please explain to us how that was staged? Where did he get the bodies from? Where would he get 8 bodies from? Listen, the more I look at this, the more I know I'm just going to get upset. But you see this? Y'all, look how long this list is. Look at this. Look at this list. He's got more shit listed out in pricing and shit like that than he has for how, what do the obituaries look like? Look, he even got a payment center, huh? What's the obituaries look like? I'm just curious. And RIP to everyone, in this list, unfortunately. I just want to see, what they look like. It looks like a very basic obituary that could be done very easily based off of a template. RIP Chastity Watson. But again, it looks like you spent more time on your price page than you did on even your obituary pages. This is ridiculous. It's sad.
Good morning, everybody. My name is John Beckwith Jr. I am the chief executive Golden Gate Funeral Home to make that happen.
He also loved Christmas. His birthday was December 11th.
And my birthday is in December, so we do a big old event around Christmas time.
From the first day of December, he starts celebrating to the end of December. Christmas is actually one of my favorite times of the year. It's one of my absolute favorite. How about we do a celebratory about Christmas?
Oh, he would love that.
What do you think? Like that? A Christmas homegoing is the best idea I've ever had. We're not having a funeral.
Amen.
We're going to have a celebration of life starting now, okay?
I just can't believe I'm sitting here right now and God giving us an opportunity to do a Christmas thing. It's a blessing all by itself. Not only celebrating Charles, but celebrating God, Jesus, His Son. Oh, I'm so excited I could jump up and say thank you, God. I am so glad to be in the midst of this here.
It's sad. Gotta be God. That's some sad shit right there. You know that? Because to me, in my personal opinion, it feels like they're using the grief of these people in these insane, and listen, like I said before, people like to be buried in different ways. That's their thing, whatever, right? There's a lot of weird shit I could just show you guys about, even that I know that happens like in other countries, especially down in South America and stuff. But it's the how the fuck are you going to have 20 pages of a price list and you have it refunded back? None of these people, cremations, when they've asked, you can't seem to get a cremation even done in your, and we're reading reviews that just were left a few days ago. You are literally traumatizing people. And if you cannot handle the business, the amount of business that's coming into your business, to your organization, sir, you should not be in business. You should taper it down. You should send your business elsewhere. You should do right by people, because there's one thing, let me tell you something, people do not want to fuck with, and that is taxes and death. You don't want to fuck with people when it comes to people dying. That's just, why even put yourself in a situation like that? And so anyway, that is part 3 of our expose of Mr. John Beckwith Jr., okay, from Golden Gate Funeral Home, who is now being sued by 17 different families, each one asking for $1 million, okay? They each want $1 million. There's a variety of reasons that we have went through and discussed tonight on why, but there should never be a reason on God's green earth that you should have even 10 people that have the ability to come to you and say, oh, well, you know, I don't even know if I got my son's ashes in that urn. That's crazy. It is completely disorganized. It's out of control. You are a horrible leader, sir. Horrible leader. Okay. We're talking about the death of people. Thousands of people are going through those doors. And like I said before, it's like people get so greedy, you know, they take on. They don't know when to cut the faucet off. They don't know when to stop and smell the roses. Just want to keep taking and taking and taking. They don't realize if they would just stop and smell the roses for a minute, expand out a little bit, think on some things a little bit, they can expand and make it even bigger and better and make even more money than they would have made just by steady letting them bodies come in, knowing good and damn well that there's nothing you can do with them. How in the hell are people waiting 3, 4, 6, 9, 12 months for their bodies to be cremated? Where are these bodies being stored at, aside from the ones we know in the back of that U-Haul truck? Y'all, thank you everybody for coming through. I have some additional content coming in. Listen, if there's anybody that wants to discuss this case, any family member that wants to discuss this case, or if you know of someone who has been affected by this company in any way, I am in the Dallas area, and this is right up my alley as far as crimes and investigations. So if you want to put them in contact with me, feel free to email tips@LeakYou.com, okay? I'm not going to promise no responses, all right? But I will make sure one of us sees that mailbox, tips@LeakYou.com. But really, your best bet is to go into my Discord. Install Discord on your phone. The link to the Discord's been rolling on the bottom of the screen. It's in the description of all my videos. That's really my main mode of communication. And you will get a faster response on Discord than you will in email, I promise. But I am willing to sit down. We can get on StreamYard. We don't even have to meet face to face. If there's a story you want to tell and you feel like you want to get that out about how this company has did you and your family, you let me know and we will make it happen. Because it is beyond disgusting, in my opinion. And he's not even man enough to respond to an actual request for comment. Bodies in the back of a U-Haul truck. Cremation's not being done. Is the cremation machine backed up? Like, I have some hard questions for you, sir, and you won't even give me 10 minutes. Again, to anyone who may be affected by this, being the fact that I am in Dallas, please let me know. Reach out. Even if you leave a comment under this video or under any of these videos involving this topic, we will see them and we will make sure to reach out. And, you know, my sincere apologies to anybody who's been affected by this garbageness. This is garbage. This is horrible. It's awful. Just awful. You should be ashamed, sir. You should be ashamed of yourself. I don't even know how you hold your head up and look in the mirror and say to yourself, I'm a fucking man. But don't let me sit up here and try to say nothing about a man's manhood. I'm just saying. That's some hoe shit. That's what we call hoe shit. Fucking around with these people's traumatizing them. They got kids that done died, mothers and fathers and babies, and you over there playing games with these people's dead loved ones. Unbelievable. Until next time, you guys.